Shalom, shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, double honors to the elders, a great millstone for teaching this truth according to the Bible. A sincere shalom to all the fellow laborers who push this truth and believe in this truth as we are called to do so in the last days here in Babylon the Great. Very, very, very quick video. I saw this on Facebook, and this guy here is making a very good point because everybody's talking about this Epstein list like they haven't known that this was what was going on in the United States and all around the world forever. This has always been what the elites of societies have done in every single nation, empire, okay? But what he's going to point out is the little people. These U.S. citizens, man, are this fake outrage. And Elder Menachem made an excellent video about how it's easy to become outraged when you see the Epstein list, the names of these rich billionaire elite class people doing all these atrocious things, right? But you seem to forget that if any of you were in their position and you had the money and the power that they had, you'd be doing the exact same thing because you're all wicked. You're all demons. All right. Only the hopeful elect are those worthy to be accounted, their names to be written in the book of life, which we hope to be a part of that number. OK. As far as, the people that are orchestrating this. Okay, yeah, you could put the blame on the billionaires and the world leaders and the politicians and all these people, these big names and the tech CEOs and all that. But what this guy's going to point out is these billionaires and these presidents and these world leaders, they're not going out in the middle of the night and kidnapping kids, man. There's people who are regular, everyday American citizens. Okay, regular people all over the place who are helping them. How do you think they're getting all these kids? How do you think they're getting these women to this island? Who do you think is recruiting these people? What you got to understand is you're seeing the tip of the iceberg. Okay, and I think I made this point when we were at camp, but you fucking people, you American citizens, man, you are just as bad. You're disgusting. You just don't got the money or the notoriety. All right. This is why Babylon the Great is going to be destroyed, because all of you people, you Edomites, starting with you first, because you're the devil. All right. This is your natural state of being is to be a fucking demon. All right. Then you got Jake. You see that list of names, it was mostly Edomites. All right. Then you saw the few Jakes. You saw fucking Beyonce and goddamn Oprah and Jay-Z and these fucking, what was it, Chris Tucker, whatever. Like, you just got these Jake and what Elder Malcolm calls them is the familiars. If you're familiar with the Blade series. Okay, the familiars, those other nations that want to be like the vampires, so they serve them in the hopes that they get turned, okay, so they can enjoy in the power and the blessing with them. All right, that's you, Jakes. That's what you look like when you're on lists like this. All right, but you people are disgusting. You're mad at what's his name, Epstein and fucking Bill Gates, but your fucking neighbor is the one that's looking at your kid and looking to kidnap him and put him into make some money by selling him to the elites, man. Okay, it's the person at the grocery store, it's the person working in the hospital, it's the nurse, it's the goddamn basketball coach at the YMCA, it's the damn police officer. This whole thing is kept up by the people. All right. And this is why nothing's going to happen. This outrage. Oh, we the people. We got to do something. We got to do something. You ain't gonna do shit. All right. You ain't gonna do shit. How about Shimei Shai is gonna be the one to get the glory? All right. Let's listen to this.
I think y'all are missing the big fucking detail here. Like, y'all are focused too fucking hard on all the big people. I get it. We should get them. But they didn't go snatch our kids themselves. They had help from the hospital.
By the way, this fucking music in the background, I know I'm going to get a copyright for that. Fair use. Let's see if this works. Fair use, fair use, fair use. This is for educational purposes only. Fair use, fair use. Educational purposes only. All right? But he's right. They didn't come get our kids. They didn't snatch those little babies by themselves. Donald Trump didn't go to nobody's house in the middle of the night and take a baby out of the crib. He didn't go to no hospital and snatch a baby from a newborn mother. He didn't do that. It was a nerd. It was somebody regular walking around the streets right now. What was the number? It was like something like 8 million children go missing in the world every single year. In the United States alone, it's like 500,000 kids go missing every single. Where do you think they're going? Well, now you know when these Epstein files came out. Now you know where these what's happening to these children that are going missing. All right, and it's not just these big names. Of course, like he said, you got to get these people, but it's the everyday Jane and Joe that you walk by every single day. Demons.
From the judge. From the sheriff.
It's the judge. The police. Right?
From the deputy. From an inmate. From a teacher.
It's definitely your teachers, man. Oh my God, it's your teachers. Oh, especially when it comes to these underage women and men, boys and girls, man.
CPS worker. From
CPS is probably the most disgusting. When it comes to children, CPS is probably the most demonically disgusting, wicked 3-letter organization known to man. CPS is rampant with child abuse, and the irony is that they present themselves as being for the children, trying to help the children, trying to stop abuse. No, they're not. They just want to take the kids from the parents so they can run them through this damn trafficking machine. Okay, and that's a fact. You trust me. The Lord said everything's going to be revealed in Luke chapter 12. Look, you're going to find out some things about these organizations like the FBI, the CIA, but CPS, man, you're going to find some shit out, I believe.
An employee from a neighbor. But they didn't go snatch our kids themselves. They had help from the hospital, from the judge, from the sheriff, from the deputy, from an inmate, from a teacher, from a CPS worker, from an employee, from a neighbor. They had help. I think y'all...
Yeah, they definitely had help, okay? Let's get this. Revelation 18:2, it says, "And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon, which is America, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird." This place is going to be destroyed for this wickedness. Okay? This nasty, nasty, foul, degenerate people that just populate this country, man. Okay? Genesis 19:13, we talking about this place, man. It says, "For we," talking about Sodom and Gomorrah, for this is the angel speaking, For we will destroy this place, because the cry of them is waxing great before the face of the Lord Yahweh, and the Lord Yahweh hath sent us to destroy it. Because Sodom and Gomorrah was, if you think Sodom and Gomorrah was just these moles and faggots, nah, it was more than that. It was people doing exactly what you see in the Epstein files. This has been going on forever, and the Lord destroyed it. Okay, those nasty Hamite Canaanites. Okay, and Jake mixed in there following the ways of the heathen. Okay, the Lord said this place is waxing great. The cry of them, the iniquity of these people is so great that the Lord sent 2 angels to incinerate it, turn it to ash, dust. Okay, this is what we got to pray for, man. Revelation 11:8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which is Babylon the Great, aka the United States of America, which spiritually, this is the spiritual identity of America, is called Sodom and Egypt. You can't forget about Egypt, all the nasty, disgusting, occultic, black magic bullshit that came out of Egypt. And that spirit of Sodom, you nasty, the spirit of Sodom and the spirit of Egypt, two disgusting empires, man. That same mindset is here in America, except it's even worse, because now these people have technology. Now they have a more full control of the world and its resources. They've been running for longer. This is what you're seeing is just the tip of the iceberg, and the Lord is going to destroy this place because it's so fucking much iniquity. I just want to get out of here. I pray every single day that the Lord destroy this place, man. And you people that are pretending to be outraged, okay? Listen, the hopeful elect, we're actually outraged. We've been sighing and crying, especially the brothers that teach and make videos. We've been sighing and crying. We've been raising the alarm, starting with our elders, apostles, okay, from 1969, starting with Abba Bivens, telling you about what this place is, telling you about the spirit of America, telling you that it's the devil that runs this place, okay, the so-called white man, okay? But you people, you regular people, you're phonies, man. Because think about it. You'll walk down the street in any major city in the United States right now and see 2 homosexuals walking down the street. Fucking demons, man. And you're okay with it. You're okay with demons in America. You're okay with people doing degenerate, debaucherous stuff. You're okay when women get on the internet and shake their ass and be a fucking harlot. You're okay when people teach your kids false history. You're okay when people lock up men in prisons for no reason in the injustice in this system. You're okay with demons roaming America. But when the Epstein files, that's too much. We only want little demons. We don't want those demons. We just want the demons we're comfortable with. You phonies, man. You phonies. Anybody that is okay and allowed homosexuality, anybody that's okay and allows a woman to preach and teach, anybody that's okay with a woman usurping the authority of a man, anybody that's okay with eating abominable foods, oh my God, don't get into that in America. My God, pork is the #1 consumed meat in America. You're okay with iniquity, sin, demons running rampant through your society, but then you want to act outraged when you hear about what the elites are doing with all their billions. You so-called white people were okay with it when it was Jake and slavery getting raped, getting taken from their families, getting murdered in the street, getting hung from tree. You were okay with that. You were okay when they were getting lynched in the Jim Crow era. You were okay when their churches were being bombed and being set on fire. You were okay with it when the police were beating Jake in the street. You were okay with it when the conquistadors came down and slaughtered the Incas and the Mayans and the Aztecs. You were okay with it when the Native Americans, Gad, Reuben, and Issachar were forced off of their land by the edge of the gun, and their women were raped, and you people, this has always been going on. This is America. This is what America was built and founded on. Blood. Wicked black magic, sex magic, sacrifice, Satan worship, and demonic possession. That is what America was built on. All in the name of your white baby Jesus Christ. All in the name of Christianity. All those people you see are either what? You go look at the list. Look at the list of people that names came out so far in those 3 million documents. All you see are Christians and J's, J-double-O's. Christians and J-double-O's. That's what you're going to see on there. You were okay with it when Lady Gaga was doing her demonic performances at the Super Bowl and all these other Super Bowl performances that are demonic. You think Bad Bunny isn't a part of this shit? That nigga is a sellout. He's a faggot too. Okay? Genesis 6 and 5. And Yahweh saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. All of you people, your only imagination is evil continually because everything that's in the scriptures you're opposed to. So, and one of the brothers said this, somehow this devil convinced you, all you weirdos, all you people out, you Christians, this devil, so-called white man, Esau Edom, has convinced you people that having 2 wives is an abomination and a sin, but being a faggot, 2 men marrying each other is okay in America. You can do that. Your churches can fly pride flags in June. You can have a faggot pastor, a woman pastor. You people got to go. All of you. And I'm not just talking about, of course the elites got to go. And they're going to go into chains. Okay. But you, everyday people, Joe Blow, 6-pack Joe, you got to go too. You eat raw meat and pork blood and shit. All right. Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 and verse 2. As the judge of the people himself is himself, so are his officers, and what manner man of the ruler of a city is, such are all they that dwell therein. So the elites that you see, the representation, the politicians and the billionaires and the CEOs that you see on the Epstein list, they're only a reflection of you people. They represent you. You put them in positions of power. You voted for them so that you could maintain your standard of living, knowing damn well that the United States of America was going to use its satanic, murderous, demonic, black magic, witch magic, sex magic to maintain its power in the earth. It's money magic with its fiat currency to bomb, murder, slaughter, kill, rape, steal, kidnap all the children of the world in these other countries and consolidate power to itself so that the citizens of America could have a better standard of living. Oh, no, Mr. President, we this is God's country. We're God's country. We got to go over to Afghanistan and drop bombs for days and days and destroy every single one of their cities, because, terrorism, because they're Muslims and because this and because that, and we're America. We don't care how you do it. Just make sure it gets done so the price of oil doesn't rise so I can fill my gas tank up comfortably. We don't care what happens, America, as long as America's in power, just so that, the price of eggs doesn't rise. So we can have our Netflix and we can have our internet and we can have our big trucks. And how do you think America is maintaining itself as the world superpower? Because they're so mighty and righteous? No, because their leaders, their politicians who they put into office, which represent you people, are black witches and warlocks, and they practice satanic occultic sacrifices to amass power to themselves, and you people feed off of it. Romans 3 and 10. As it is written, there is none righteous, no, not one. Okay? The only ones going to be justified are the elect of the nation of Israel. Facts. Let's get it again. But you guys get the point. So I'm going to close out with all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Shalom.
Y'all are missing the big fucking detail here. Like, y'all are focused too fucking hard on all the big people. I get it. We should get them. But they didn't go snatch our kids themselves. They had help from the hospital, from the judge, from the sheriff, from the deputy, from an inmate, from a teacher, from a CPS worker, from an employee, from a neighbor. They had help.